This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
As we go on the air at 4, the United Auto Workers strike grows again. Thousands of additional members are joining the picket lines. They're outside a Ford plant in Chicago and a GM facility in Michigan. Good afternoon, I'm Kay Quinn. Brent Solomon has the day off. The UAW continues to ask for raises, better benefits, and job protection. 5 on your side's Tracy Hinson checked in with the UAW in Wentzville to see how they're feeling about more union members joining the picket line.
The union president announced this morning that 2 more plants are going on strike, adding 7,000 to this strike across the nation, one of those at another GM facility.
I'm calling on GM's Lansing Delta Township to stand up and go out on strike.
This week, Stellantis was left out of the mix because UAW International Union President Shawn Fain said they made progress with negotiations. Ford and General Motors did not.
Despite our willingness to bargain, Ford and GM have refused to make meaningful progress at the table.
In response, a GM executive told employees that the company is still waiting on a comprehensive counteroffer from the union. The GM offer in question was from September 21st. Ford CEO told the press that his company and the UAW are very close to a deal. However, he says they remain stuck on contract terms for the workers at several electric vehicle battery factories being built by Ford.
I think Ford has withdrawn a little bit on some of their negotiations. So General Motors and Ford have been affected by the walkout this week.
We're starting week 3 of this strike here in Wentzville, and morale on the picket line has been pretty high. People driving by still honking to show their support. In Wentzville, I'm Tracy Hinson, 5 on your side.
UAW members in Wentzville told Tracy they're grateful for the support of people driving by and fellow union members who come by to cook for them. New information in a decades-old murder case. Hours ago, police made an arrest in the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur. Police say they took Dianne Davis into custody in Las Vegas. Davis was one of the last living witnesses to the drive-by shooting that killed Shakur in 1996. He was 25 when he died. Davis's home was searched in July as part of the investigation, but police will not confirm what charges Davis is facing. Right now, a man is in custody accused of sexual misconduct with a child. Trevor White of Fenton was arrested earlier today after police say he sent inappropriate messages to a minor yesterday. White is a youth athletic coach, and St. Louis County Police believe there could be more victims. If you know anything about this case, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. All right, we are on the verge of a busy weekend, and this one's going to feel a whole lot like summer. Temperatures will be nearing record highs part of the weekend. Meteorologist Jim Castillo here with the Weather First forecast.
Yes, you know what we're at now, 87K, but the record high for today, 102. Now, tomorrow will be closer to the record, and we'll talk about that coming up in Maine weather. But 87 right now feels like 90, humidity at 51%, and that dew point. There's some moisture out there at 67-degree dew point right now, but it's mostly clear tonight. Remember that super moon, so full moon tonight. Beautiful viewing of that. Areas of fog by morning, and then it's a really warm to hot weekend. Even the Doppler weather radar down around where the front is close by. So we're watching St. Francis, St. Genevieve counties. Again, a spot shower popping up there. And then right in Crawford County, south of Steelville, one bubbled up and then melted away, and more popping up south of Reynolds County, and maybe a good downpour south of Van Buren. But we're not expecting any rain here. And for the Cardinals, 80 degrees at 7 o'clock and 76 at 10 o'clock. Coming up, we'll talk about that heat for the weekend coming up.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Jim. Senator Dianne Feinstein has passed away. She was the longest-serving woman in the U.S. Senate. Tributes to the California senator are pouring in from across the country, even some local politicians sharing their memories. Illinois Senator Dick Durbin shared a statement today saying in part, quote, "She never backed away from the toughest political battles. She was always dignified and always effective." Feinstein was 90 years old. The federal government appears to be headed toward a shutdown. With a key funding deadline looming, Congress is at an impasse, leaving government services in limbo. Karen Caifa has the latest from Washington.
Time is running out for Capitol Hill and the nation to avoid its first government shutdown since 2019. Coming up against a deadline of Saturday at midnight to either complete passage of annual government funding bills or sign off on a short-term measure to give them more time, Congress faces deep divisions between the Senate and House Republicans among themselves. Some House GOP members losing patience with hardline conservative colleagues stalling the process with demands for deeper spending cuts.
People's lives, people's economic livelihood is at stake. The stock market, 401ks. It's totally unacceptable to be playing politics.
While the Senate has a bipartisan plan to extend funding through November 17th, it's unlikely to make headway in the House. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy trying to sway conservative holdouts by pointing to border security and agents who'd go without pay during a shutdown. But the hardliners want to focus on full-year bills.
The conservative folks that I'm one of and the people that I represent understand that we're keeping our word. We are going to make this country fiscally sound.
The White House says the ball is in House Republicans' court.
This is real. This is real life changes and real life impact.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
5 on Your Side's Travis Cummings will have more on how a shutdown could impact our area coming up tonight on 5 on Your Side at 5 and 6. Celebrating the culture of Brazil right here in St. Louis, the weekend event that will bring a little samba to the bi-state. 40% of the world's plants face extinction. Why the world's botanical leaders are spending the next 2 days in St. Louis. And we hope you'll join us for our next Race, Listen, Learn, Live special, Fighting Anti-Semitism. It airs Thursday, October 5th at 7 p.m. and is sponsored by the St. Louis Kaplan Feldman Holocaust Museum. A Holocaust survivor shares her story, and you'll hear about the local efforts to fight anti-Semitism. Plus, Mike Bush will moderate a panel discussion. It's all next Thursday at 7 right here on 5 on Your Side. You can also stream it on the 5 Plus and Roku and Fire TV.